So damn, man. Felix Verdejo is about to be someone else's hoe for life. Let's talk about it. Okay, here. So, Felix Verdejo, all right, it was sentenced to life in prison, all right, for the killing of his mistress, Miss Rodriguez, all right. Now, we all know how the story went down. He had got his mistress pregnant. He pressured her to get an abortion, and she refused, and it led to her death. Now, his attorneys, all right, said that they will appeal the conviction. They have up to 14 days to make an appeal, and they say they are going to go on the appeal. But my thing is, how do you appeal a case like this? I mean, kidnapping, murder, drugging a girl. Like, I don't know. See, I don't know anything about the law. I'm going to be real with you. I mean, I was never like being in trouble with the law or anything like that. So I don't know how it works. But his lawyers say they're going to appeal. And in fact, Felix Verdejo, they also mentioned that he didn't have the funds to get some real good attorneys, you know what I'm saying, that could get him off and everything, because they were saying that during the time of the murder and everything, he was already like in like a little financial trouble because he hadn't boxed since I think it was 2020. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he wasn't successful in the money industry. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I look at it like this. They say premeditated murder. I understand what that means. Okay, listen, when you out to kill someone, okay, you're going to have that person on your mind all the time, okay? You're going to put that person before yourself. You're going to put that person before God. You're going to put that person before your whole entire family, okay? Before your kids, before money, okay? That person is going to stay on your mind because the main thing is you want to give that person a dirt nap, okay? You out to kill that person. All right. When that person lies on your brain like that, it's murder. Okay. Felix Verdejo meant to kill this girl. He was going to kill her. I mean, as his friend, Antonio, Luis Antonio Cadiz, he's also charged in it. He helped Verdejo in this. He was also sentenced. He was sentenced to 30 years. Right. He also testified against Verdejo, saying that he had kidnapped her, injected her with some toxins. He punched her and everything, and tied her up to some bricks, and then threw her body over, the bridge and everything. It's like, damn, like this dude, he really did spaz out. You know something? This right here brings me back to a case that happened back out here around my area, a little more than 20 years ago, right? Now, it was this dude who was in the same situation as Felix Verdejo, okay? He was married man, okay? He had children and everything, and he had a mistress on the side, okay? Now, his mistress also got pregnant, right? Now, he also advised her to get a divorce because he's not leaving his wife. You know what I'm saying? Or his wife may end up leaving him. Like he was trying to explain to her, listen, I understand you and I was having fun on the side, but I don't love you like that to leave my wife to marry you and everything. And if you break up my family, if my wife leaves me because of you, my world is over. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at you like I look at my wife. I mean, I don't know. Some dudes just have a jump off, on the side because, hey, they love their wives and everything, but you got other women on the side that could satisfy you because, hey, your wife, she got you already. You know what I'm saying? So she don't have to do all that kinky stuff that she was doing before, that made you put that ring on her finger. You know what I mean? That's mostly how it goes. You got some women who stick with it. You got some women who love the hell out of their men. You know what I'm saying? And continue to cook. Shoot, you got some women who even know how to make clothing and everything for their man. But going back with the story, right? Now, she refused to get the abortion, just like Felix Verdejo's lover, right? Now, he knew everything about this chick. He knew what time she go to work, what route she takes when she go to work, what bus she catches when she go to work, what bus she catches on the way home from work, and the route she takes on the way back from work, and what time she takes that route, right? So, as she was getting off of work one day, okay, she was walking down the street, towards her home. Now, as she was walking, she noticed two men appear behind, just stepped out from some bushes. You know what I'm saying? And the two men, like, they just stepped out and, like, they just started arguing. Like, they was about to fight and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, as she got closer, she thought to herself, maybe it's best I cross the street. So she went to go across, but one of the men stepped out in the street, like as if he was blocking her. Now, he did it in a slick way, like he was backing up from the other dude. Okay. But, in another way, she noticed it looked like he's blocking her. So she stepped back on the sidewalk and continued to walk. And as she's continuing, the man who was still on the sidewalk threw a punch at the man who just stepped back out from the street, back onto the sidewalk. He pretended to throw a punch, but the punch missed the man, and it landed directly into the girl's stomach. Okay. And that right there caused her to have a miscarriage. Oh. Now, later on, after that had happened, she went to the police, and she had explained that she believed the baby father, the guy who she was messing around with, her boyfriend / married man, had something to do with this. Okay, she explained the whole story, how he was pressuring her to get an abortion and everything. Now, the police did question him and everything. Where was you at? Blase, blase, this, that's, that, and the third when this went down. And he was like, listen, I don't know anything about that. I know her, yes, but I had nothing to do with what you guys are questioning me on. In fact, on this time and date, when y'all asked where I was at, I was down in AC with my wife. You know what I mean? We was down at, I forget what casino it was, but yeah, it was down at the casino, gambling, having a good time. He took her down to AC for her birthday and everything, spent some money on her at the outlet stores and whatnot, so he also said, if I have to get my lawyers to get the concrete evidence where I was at, I'll do so and everything. So eventually, that's when he wound up doing and everything. They also checked his phone and everything, see who he had called. Now, note this: the two men who was who had something to do with it, who hit the girl, who pretended to be fighting, she noticed that they both had accents. And if like I know, every time you see a black person with the accent, they were black. Okay. 9 times out of 10, they were Jamaican. That's what we all going to think, at least over here on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Especially a little more than 20 years ago. Yeah, they were Jamaican when they could have been anything. It could have been African, Haitian, you know what I mean? Or, from the Bahamas, somewhere, you know what I mean? Like every black person you see with an accent, isn't Jamaican. But yeah, she said that she also told the cops that she believed that they were Jamaican because they spoke with an accent. Now, from what I understand, the two men was never apprehended, okay? And when they checked his, the guy's phone and everything, see who he had called, because this is a murder, okay? This is murder, right? He's a suspect now. So they checked his credentials and everything, where he was at, his phone and everything. The only phone calls he made was to his wife and, to some of his employees, because he ran his own, business and everything. Okay. So that was basically it. And, a phone call to his kids and whatnot, you know what I mean? Like, when they get, when they coming home from school, whatnot, blah, 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 I'm going to pick him up, take my son out to football, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They just seen phone calls to them and text messages from, the family. and everything. They had no other records of him, calling some Jamaican dudes or calling anyone else. But see, like I said, this is more than 20 years ago, right? See, back then you had a phone company named Cricket, who you can go out there and like get this phone, this prepaid phone, and you don't have to give your real name. They didn't ask for social security numbers or anything. Okay, a lot of criminals was doing stuff that way. Now this is just street talk, all right? Because people on the streets were saying they believe that girl, that the father had something to do with it, and that they was putting it together, saying that he had got one of them prepaid phones where you don't have to leave a fingerprint, and I means by fingerprint, your real name, or social security number. Okay, because back then you didn't have to do that with Cricket. All right, damn. So yeah, they was also saying that them dudes, them Jamaican dudes, they never saw them guys before, in that neighborhood, So more than likely, they never was apprehended. They wasn't from here. They probably went back to wherever they were from. Okay, but damn, man, what a sad situation that was, and what this right here is. I mean, look, you got to think sometimes. If you don't want to get yourself caught up like this, think before you make that move. Okay, you should have known that girl, something like this was going to happen. You should have cut it off. But hey, it's too late. In this case, they both didn't think. What I'm saying, before they went along with their plan. They think afterwards. But for that brother out here, if he had really had something to do with it, that was one hell of a plan right there. Shoot, Felix Verdejo, he had that girl right in his grip, and he was said that he was punching on her. But the thing is, did he think about the outcome? How he was going to get away with it? I guess not. What a sad thing. Sad case. Man threw his whole life away. 3 lives. Okay, actually 4 lives, including his friend, Luis. Okay, is now ruined. Man, all because you didn't think. So anyways, that's my take on this CMD boxing reports, and I catch you guys on the next one.